Good morning and welcome to Planting the Seeds 101 with Papa V, where we are saved by grace through faith. Therefore, we keep the commandments of God. And again, we do it out of love and love only. Today, we've got a great reading. Get to figure out or see about Jesus creating the new earth once we come down from our 1,000 years in heaven and live on this earth. It's going to be exciting. Hey, just an update on our nonprofit organization, Planting the Seeds 101. I am looking to get a Zoom account set up, and if anybody out there can help me learn how to do all that, give me a direct message. It'd be nice to talk to somebody that I know to help out. Otherwise, I'll do all I can on YouTube to learn. But we should be having some live Zoom meetings where we can share screens and things like that coming soon. And anyway, that's enough of that. Today we are on day 324 and titled All Things New. We are reading Revelation 21 verse 5. Let's read it. Then he who sat on the throne said, "Behold, I make all things new." And he said to me, "Write, for these words are true and faithful." Revelation 21 verse 5. What have we seen so far in Revelation 21? God will create a new heaven and a new earth. The first heaven and the first earth, ravaged by sin, will have passed away through the cleansing power of the Creator. See Revelation 21:1 and 2 Peter 3 verse 10. Then there is the New Jerusalem coming down from heaven, Revelation 21:2. That's followed by the promise of God dwelling with his people, Revelation 21:3. And then comes the amazing promise of no more death, sorrow, or crying, for they also have all passed away, Revelation 21 verse 4. And now we read these words, "Behold, I make all things new. Just as in the beginning God spoke and it was done. He commanded and it stood fast." So now Christ stands forth and says, "Let there be," and a new creation springs into existence. He who created all things in 6 days by his word will do it once more. But this time he says, "Behold, we will have the opportunity to witness his mighty work of creating. And then, from one Sabbath to another, all flesh shall come to worship before me." Isaiah 66 verse 23. I got to read that again in case you were daydreaming. "Behold, we will have the opportunity to witness his mighty work of creating. And then from one Sabbath to another, all flesh shall come to worship before me." Isaiah 66:23. All right, let's continue. "Furthermore, just to make sure that there is no mistaking what God has said, to help us draw hope and comfort from what he promises, he tells John, 'Write, for these words are true and faithful.' Why faithful and true? These words come from the Lord himself, the God who cannot lie. Titus 1 verse 2. Yes, things today are broken, decaying, falling apart. While the second law of thermodynamics may explain it partly on a scientific level, the world's problems are not going to be solved by science, but only by the Lord, who promises to make all things new, including you." The prayer, "Father in heaven, I thank you for the hope that we have in you, now and forever. Amen." For further study, you can read Isaiah 65:17, 2 Corinthians 5:17, and Galatians 6:15. All right, we finally got one of the sheep here in our view. They were out here. I was hoping they'd come into view for you guys to see. But anyway, it's a beautiful morning here in Texas, and direct message me, comment, like, share, subscribe, and we'll get these videos out to the world. All right, you have a blessed day.